Love this podcast? Support this show through the Acast supporter feature. It's up to you how much you give, and there's no regular commitment. Just hit the link in the show description to support now.
Only Boost Mobile.
Boost Mobile
We'll give you a free year of service.
Free year?
When you buy a new 5G phone.
New 5G phone?
Enough.
But I'm your hype man. When you purchase an eligible device, you get $25 off every month for 12 months with credits totaling 1 year of free service. Taxes extra for the device and service plan. Online only.
For a limited time at McDonald's, get a Big Mac extra value meal for $8. That means 2 all-beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun, and medium fries, and a drink. We may need to change that jingle.
Prices and participation may vary.
High Five Casino is the top social casino that's free to play. Sign up today to receive a free welcome bonus and exclusive first purchase offers. Choose the Lucky Deal package for $9.99 and claim up to 550 game coins, 33 sweeps coins, 1 sweep coin daily bonus for 4 days, and 350 diamonds. Your high five moment awaits at highfivecasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. Must be 21 years or older. Terms and conditions apply.
Good evening, one and all. It's Monday night, and welcome to the Tilton Talk Show, sponsored by AMG Logistics with myself, Paul Hipkiss. All the way over from the States, Mr. Mark Meredith. Welcome back, Mark.
Good evening, all, and thanks, guys. Good to see you guys.
Mr. Road Mark Adams.
Hello, everybody. Good evening. Are you all okay?
He was wondering who you were talking about then, Paul. Did you notice? He was like, who?
Where am I? He was shocked to be mentioned so soon, weren't you, Mark?
I was not going to say.
The one and only Claire Wheeldon.
Good evening.
It's rolling off the tongue now, Claire.
I know, it's becoming the norm.
Every time. The chairman, Alan Watton. Hopefully swallowed your chocolate bar, Al.
Good evening, everybody.
And last but not least, oh no, hang on. We've got Mr. Fixer Craig Courtney.
What is she? Close. I mean, I know I abuse rope, but there's no need to leave me out. Evening all.
And last but not least, Mr. Chris Browne.
I'm here. Happy.
So another frustrating defeat for Blues on Saturday at Stoke. Well, three on the trot now, including Port Vale, to go with obviously Leicester as well. And I'll quickly give my thoughts and I'll hand over to somebody else. But I just think that the people that are the best on the ball in the team are not on the ball enough. We spend so much time around the edge of our own penalty box with the ball, with the goalkeeper, the two centre halves, then it goes to Paik, then it goes back again. And the amount of times we go down the flanks as well, we cut back, we pass it backwards. We don't try and get the ball in the box, you know. So it's no wonder that we've only had 2 shots in the last 4 games on target. And I just think that overall it's really frustrating to watch and it needs to be addressed urgently, doesn't it, Rode?
Yeah, I mean, the feel-good factor for the Ipswich game, you know, that was only a few weeks ago, but it's evaporated, if I'm honest. You know, like you say, there's no plan B. It's crap football. It's sideways. It's no forward thinking. I don't get it because we've got the players on the pitch who, you know, human nature is to have a shot at goal, but we're just kind of content with sideways, not really going anywhere, tippy-tappy. Like you say, wingers who aren't cutting. Where's the wingers cutting in, having a shot at goal, or the midfielders arriving late in the box? There's none of that.
No.
And towards the end on Saturday, we just seemed content to lose 1-0.
Yeah.
And I really don't get it. I mean, the stats at the minute are painful. And I think there's one minute in the second half when I I think Jay chased the through ball and he got tackled. It was, fair, hard tackle, and he punched the ground, and it just seemed to sum up the performance. It is just so frustrating to watch. And there's nothing coming through the middle. I mean, the obsession with Iwata and Paik, at times it just doesn't work. And me personally, I'd drop Iwata now. I'd give him a spell on the bench because I think he's been below average.
Yeah, I think we're starting to get too predictable and found out a little bit, aren't we? So he does need to try and think, like you said, of a plan B, something different. Maybe like I said this before, like a 4-3-3, maybe, 2 8s rather than 2 6s all the time. Try and open the game to the opposition a little bit more.
Well, that's to be honest, Paul. That's what I thought Doyle would be doing, but he looks lost.
Yeah,
it's just work to do, I think.
Yeah, and I think as well, at the moment it's the equivalent, and I'm going to bring up boxing now because I want to pay tribute to Ricky Hatton, but I think, to be honest, it's the equivalent to a boxer throwing 2 punches in 4 fights, isn't it? It's unimaginable, and that at the moment is what we're doing. So we definitely need to address that urgently. But before I hand over to somebody else and we carry on talking about the game, I think yesterday, the country lost a national treasure, didn't we? And it was a very shocking, really shocking news to wake up to, wasn't it, Claire?
Yeah, I mean, I like boxing, and I just think, he was an inspiration to especially all the boxers coming through now.
Yeah.
So rest in peace, Ricky Hatton.
Absolutely. Yeah, Mark Meredith, your thoughts on that, mate? Let's go around everyone's thoughts on Ricky Hatton first, and then we'll come back onto the game.
Yeah. Firstly, obviously, rest in peace. I think it was a shocking thing to read yesterday morning, and again, I'm a big boxing fan myself, but I think boxing's changed over the last few years, with the way some of the fights are now. And for me, Ricky was one of the real boxers out there, ones we watched growing up and did the right things and stuff like that. And, he was, I don't know if he's at legend status, so to speak, in the boxing maybe, but certainly a fan's favorite. And it's just really sad. And I don't know the full story around it, but, if it is mental health issues, then again, it's one that we can talk about all the time, but it's so difficult. And, I just want to be aware that, we are always here for anybody, and even our guests and people that watch the show. If we can help out by a text, then certainly we're on the other end of the phone.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, Alan, your memories of Ricky Hatton, mate. I know you like your boxing, don't you?
I do, yeah. And Ricky Hatton's a sort of a typical British top boxer, in as much as he touched the heights. I mean, he won 2 world championships, and he always he always put on a show for you. He never complained about no action. But then at the same time, the very, very, very best that he had a very good go at, were just too much for him, and that sort of made him, for me. He's an honest. He never went around bragging that he was going to beat the world. He just said, "I'm going to give it a go." And sometimes he reached those heights, and sometimes he didn't, and there was no. There was no complaints. I got beat by a better man, and blah blah blah. And I liked his personality. And not that keen that I found out yesterday he likes Oasis, but there you go. Great British sportsman, English sportsman.
Yeah, definitely. Craig?
Yeah, I think I can echo what everybody else said. To get up to it, it was like the total shock. Especially as he'd gone public, hadn't he, before announcing what was to be his next fight in December, that he'd struggled with mental health issues. And to echo what Mark said, that's at any point, to speak. And I think Claire's message to us all actually really, really kind of resonated the most, which is, and this will hit with the listeners as well, but men's mental health is probably the hardest thing that people talk about. And we've had people on the show that have talked about their own personal struggles and how things have been for them. We've heard how people that have been at the club, played at the club, have teetered on the edge of, to quote, finding a rope in the garage and finding out whether it'd be strong enough. It's that sort of stuff that we need to air more. We need to make sure that people are aware that the support mechanisms, not just us, but everybody is out there. And it takes 2 seconds to just speak to somebody. And I've recently had a training session at work where we spoke about if you're on a train station and you look and you think somebody just doesn't quite look right, what would you do? Would you approach them? And the amount of people that were like, no, we'd never go up and say anything. But actually, do it. Are you okay? You know, speak to anybody. You okay? How you feeling? Your colleagues, your friends, your family, exactly the same. And I just implore everybody, really, shout up. And if you want to speak, we are here. But Ricky Hatton's going to be a big loss to everybody. And you saw it at the Man City, Man United game yesterday, the amount of love for him from the fans. He epitomised what Manchester was all about, a hard-working city where everybody got stuck in. And, you know, Alsa said it, may not have been the best, but wasn't afraid to swing a punch and try his absolute utmost every single time he was in the ring.
Yeah.
So to all of his family and friends, you know, huge condolences and rest in peace to Hitman.
I've said on here before that, you know, mental health, it's the most powerful muscle in your body, and it's invisible. You know, it's an invisible illness, isn't it? And you look at somebody who's just broke their leg, who's in a cast, you know, you might say, you all right? You know, would you need help or something, you know, getting on if it was on the train station, like you just said, Craig, you know, do they need a hand to get on the train, or to, you know, you might give up your seat for them or something, yeah? But obviously anyone who's got a mental health issue, it's not as visible, is it? You know, so, and I think with us men, you know, it's harder to get it out of us, isn't it? You know, we're just not going to, you know, some people are, well, some men are just not, you know, too ashamed to admit it, aren't they, as well? But I think since all the campaigns and stuff in recent years, people have come out with it a bit more, haven't they? They've talked about it more. Even Ricky Hatton himself had talked about it. So it's so sad that, unfortunately, if that is what has happened, then it's so sad, you know, because he did go and actually speak to somebody, and he did go public with it, didn't he? But yeah, Robe, your memories, mate. Are you into your boxing? And
yeah, I mean, I'm not a massive. I watch the big fights, but I'm not going to confess to be like a massive, you know, boxing fan. But I do like the big fights. But yeah, like I say, I mean, Ricky, he was such a nice guy, wasn't he? You saw him when he was interviewed. He seemed quite shy to me. He seemed such a humble, down to earth guy. I mean, I think I put on the group chat yesterday. A mate of mine works at Sky, and he's interviewed him a couple of times, and he said he's such a lovely, down to earth guy. You could talk to him for hours about anything. But yeah, just absolute shock. And like I say, the outpouring of love towards him yesterday up in Manchester speaks volumes, doesn't it?
Yeah,
so yeah, absolutely. You know, rest in peace. And like a British legend, really. You know, he'll never be forgotten, will he?
No, not at all. No. And Chris, you into your boxing? And
well, yeah, I come from a big boxing family, so it was a bit of a shock. I know he had his demons, but it was still a bit of a shock. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What I did like was that the whole of Manchester got behind the applause, which was good.
Yeah.
Put rivalries aside, but yeah, going to be massively missed. Massively.
Yeah, 100%. But you know, I mean,
sorry, Paul, we had him down the Blues a couple of years ago, didn't we? At half time. I can't remember again. He came out one half time, didn't he?
Did he?
4 or 5 years ago, yeah.
I don't remember that.
I can't remember who it was against, but I remember he did come out. Yeah. Whether any of the viewers can put me right on who we were playing, but I do remember him coming out at half time.
Okay, well, rest in peace, Ricky Hatton. Anyway, let's you know, and like you said, Craig, condolences to his friends and family. So back on to Stoke then. Claire, obviously, it was nice to see you. Probably about the best thing of the day for me. Just a wave to you.
That's not what you told me.
There wasn't much else that was good, so I'll take that.
What's Claire? Do you agree with what I just said about, you know, the best players? Our best ball players are not on the ball enough, are they?
I think the one problem is that when we are on the ball, we make it so that the pressure comes on to us. Well, actually, we need to start making the other team have pressure on them.
Yeah.
The one thing I really did notice is that all of our players at one point were facing the ball. There was no one on the half turn. There was no one making the runs from out to in. I mean, you watch Stoke, and fair play to them, they read us like a book. They had done their homework. They knew exactly what we were going to do. I predicted 10 passes several times for the Blues. So if I can predict it, then a manager who's going to have all the stats is going to predict it as well. I do think we are predictable. I think we are a bit too slow. I agree with Robe about Iwata. I do generally think he probably needs a rest. I was shocked to see Paik in there as well, considering he had games abroad.
Yeah.
I thought Cochrane didn't have his best game for us, and I thought their winger was outstanding against him. I was shocked when Laird went off. I was surprised that Laird didn't go left back. Samuels didn't go right back. Positives, I would say Stano in the 10 worked a treat. I'd definitely have him there. I thought he created the space. I thought that he moved them about a little bit more. And Kyogo, I know that people are slating him at the moment, but the amount of runs he makes, we just need to start hitting, getting those balls through. Everybody else does it. We need to start, trying to get in behind. We've got Damari Gray with pace. We've got Kumas. And when we did get in behind, we made something happen. But I just feel like we freeze and we're so regimented in our ways. It would be lovely to see the front four have a bit of freedom and a bit of interchanging. Like you see Haaland at Man City, he's the main focal point. But Doku was coming over and you watch Match of the Day and you see them, they're having shots from outside the box. I mean, I watched Match of the Day to see some shots, to be honest, because we didn't see any. But you see, you can see what we're trying to do. But I understand we've got lots of new players that need to gel. Like Clara's a different player. Set pieces again. Last season we weren't great at set pieces. You've got Stano marking this 6 foot man mountain, and you got Clara and Newman marking space. Now, to me, I get that sometimes that happens, but we keep conceding from corners, so something's got to change. If you had someone on the post, they would have headed it away. It's little things that I'm not a Davis out person at all. No, I think, we're all learning. I think we've gone in very we've won the league, we've got record points, this is going to be amazing. The players have got to adapt. I think Davis needs a plan B as soon as possible. And I think that we need to start playing players in their position and letting them have that slight bit of freedom. Have the basis for defence, because I don't think our defence is that bad. We don't let in a lot of goals, but you've got to let the forward line have a little bit of freedom. And when you've got Stano in the box on his own, that's a worry for me. Well, actually, for example, Arsenal, they will have Declan Rice bursting in from a 6 or 8 position. We need to start just thinking that little bit more. It was disappointing. It was frustrating. It was like watching the Blues of old. Yeah. But if anyone's going to change it, I think Chris Davis can. I just think that we just need to play to our abilities and not be so predictable. Sometimes do a long ball over the top. Sometimes try a through ball, do 1-2s, do a little bit more patterns of play that isn't forwards, backwards, sideways, forwards, backwards, sideways. And then, for example, Paik and Iwata, they were stifled every time. Well, actually, they can't do what they used to do, is turn on it. So we need a different way then, don't we? So we need to evaluate that on the pitch, get Clara there going, right, this isn't working. We now need to do this slightly different. But we'll get there. We've got brand new players. We just need to, hopefully against Swansea, we'll pick it up. But I think at home we're fine. I generally worry when we're away from home. And, we've got Coventry. We've got 28 shots the other day.
That's the worrying
thing.
What I
mean? It's a worry, isn't it? Everyone else can make it. Is it Davis naivety a little bit? Is it stubbornness? I don't know. But if anyone's going to change it, hopefully this week, I'll have to put an X. Hopefully we've worked on it and we'll see. A totally different team.
I think this is a prime example of the difference in, class, I'll say, between League One and the Championship. It's the same between the Championship and the Premier League. The gap is just as big between League One and the Championship. I said that. I said part of the season, and we've got a manager who's not managed at this level before. We've got a lot of players who haven't played at this level before. You know, so yeah, it's a big wake up call. These last 3 games. I mean, I'm not going to include Port Vale. We changed the team completely, but you know, these last 2 games now, Leicester and Stoke have been a big wake up call, and hopefully we can, you know, really realise that you know we can do it. But like you say, Claire, he probably just needs to change it up a bit, doesn't he, Craig? And maybe look at a different system as well, possibly.
Yeah, I think the other thing for me is I actually want to see the players almost relax a little bit, because I think the results and the way that they've been are putting more and more pressure on them. So, you know, one player for me who is perhaps trying too hard, and actually the day he relaxes will be absolutely awesome, is Dimmy Gray. He's almost putting that more pressure on himself to go out and do something special. If he just relaxed that little bit, I think we'd see the true presence and power of what he can do. But we were so slow on Saturday that you know, anybody could read what we were going to do. And one of the things that really frustrated me the most was Dutch. He had so many chances when the ball was put up to him where he could have just turned and just have a swing, because you just do not know what's going to happen. And instead, it was almost, I want to create the perfect goal. So he's putting then his back to goal and passing it backwards. And he's like, no, just have a go. You know, you might swing, it might come off somebody's arm, might come off somebody's leg and just go into the top corner. If we don't try, we'll never know. And I think things will and do need to change ahead of Saturday, because Swansea are actually quite a tough side. You know, they've spent quite a bit in the transfer window. They're building a little bit of momentum, and from what I've seen, they're very hard to break down. And it's one of those where, similar to Stoke, when they got their noses ahead, there was an immediate fear of, are we going to score? Are we going to get that opportunity? And we did see a different Birmingham in the second half, but we didn't see the Birmingham that we've seen before. And I think perhaps just relax, have a go. If you're going anywhere near the goal, have a pop. You know, it takes one fluky goal to start the season again. And yeah, you know, Claire said it, we're at home on Saturday, it's different. However, it's also going to be tough because people have seen these past couple of results in the league and are thinking, okay, are Birmingham there now for the taking? Have they seen the weakness in our team, which is no plan B? We have no way to change things about at this present moment, which, considering the squad we've got, is a little bit concerning. However, alarm bell's not ringing. You know, we are on a steep learning curve. Chris Davies is on the steepest of learning curves. And, you know, I was during the window was at an event and listening to him speak, and the way that he goes about setting up the squad, the way that he builds his squad, the mentality that he sets in there, you just know that those players, number one, are not going to have liked what they heard in the dressing room. And come to the training ground, they're going to absolutely hate what's going on, because he is going to work them hard, because they can do better.
Yeah.
We know they can. We've seen it. And Saturday, hopefully, will be the nucleus and the start again to take us into, again, some more tough games before the next international break.
Yeah, yeah. I think we've got to take a few, back setbacks maybe to to find our feet and hopefully find some form as the players start to get to know each other more and they get to know each other's games and strengths and weaknesses more. I do think we're lacking a bit of presence in the box. I think that's another reason why the wingers are cutting back, because they're looking up to cross it and there's nobody in there really. So it's another reason why we're probably doing that, and we probably need maybe to give Dukes a start and see how he gets on in the team with being that sort of bigger physical presence. What do you reckon, Al?
Well, yes, that would be sound thinking, except he never goes in the box. He doesn't. He doesn't. You see crosses come in and their goalkeeper catching them, and I'll go back to Bob Latchford. The goalkeeper in opposition then never got an easy catch, and their goalkeepers do. He's 6'4".
Yeah,
he should be contesting these. Now, the only thing I would say about that, from what I've seen about him in his life in Germany, he was never that kind of centre forward. He was more like Stano, and he scored his goals from the edge of the box. He scored his goals from free kicks.
Yeah.
But the one thing that stood out from almost the word go, if you think back 12 months, what was the opposition's main plan was to chase us around the pitch and try and stop us making lots of passes.
Yeah.
Well, Stoke just stood there and watched us. Go on, you can pass it as many times as you like, and we'll just stand there and watch you. And as soon as you succumb to having to lump it long, we've got two big blokes at the back. You've got two midgets, and it's the end of your attack. Now, second half, for 15 minutes, they speeded it up. So, we were on the halfway line and going past those people standing still, and it caused a bit more bother in their defence, but it didn't last. In the end, they worked that out as well. They just dropped further back, and you run into brick walls all the time. I don't. I mean, I don't disagree with Claire. I remember thinking the only person in that first half who looked like getting into a space and doing something was Laird, and he gets taken off. And I'm thinking, well, okay, is the bloke that's coming on going to do more? No, he didn't. He did nothing.
No.
And it would the obvious. I mean, the guy we've just bought, Robinson, he's a centre half and left back. So why didn't he go left back? Why didn't they put him on? Obviously, that bloke was causing a problem, and we wanted something, to stop the problem. And from what I'm told about this bloke, he don't take any prisoners, and we needed somebody to stamp on this bloke, and let's say how fast he can limp and all that sort of business. But we don't, and I'm disappointed with the performance. I've said it before. The performances of the new players is very disappointing. It was the same on Saturday. Kumas had a couple of bits and pieces. Roberts had a couple of bits and pieces, but nothing consistent. And we've got, as you say, Demi running his nuts off, running all over the place, trying to win the game on his own. It seems to me. And I just sat there. After 20 minutes, I thought, well, we ain't going to win this. And lo and behold, my bloody stream packed up when they scored. So I only got the replays of that. But no, the new players, come on, shake yourselves up, do something. You're not here for the holiday. You're here to work your nuts off and prove that what we've paid for you is what you're worth.
Yeah, 100%. Mark Meredith, how are you, mate? You all right?
I'm good, mate. Yeah, you?
Good. Yeah, all good. Obviously, we've got a set piece coach, which I'm told is Jonathan Grounds. And is it important to have a set piece coach? Because it's clearly not. We're conceding off set pieces, and we don't score off set pieces. Do you think it's more important to have an attacking coach like we had, broken record time again, but like we had with James Beattie a few years back now when we scored?
Okay.
Yeah. What do you think, Mark Meredith? I mean, as a coach yourself, do you think we should have an attacking coach as well?
I think so. Yeah, I think in the environment you're in, obviously it's different with us at a youth level. We're pretty much led to do what we do with the young ones. But yeah, in the environment you're in now and the way the game is at those levels, I think it's beneficial. I don't think it's absolutely needed, depending on what sessions the coach is working on. But I think it's beneficial to have those type of specific coaches that even during the game day can do the hype in the warm-ups and the halftime things, and somebody that understands that position would certainly help out. So yeah, I think it's certainly something that, from a club point of view, I don't think it would hurt to have those people, and it does. It proved when James Beattie was there how I thought we really did improve our attacking at that time. Is that something that maybe Djukovic can do? Is that something that Kevin Phillips or somebody else you can find a role for? I don't know, but yeah, I think there's certainly a need for those type of things. But looking back to the game, I watched it and I was disappointed, but realistically as well, I'm trying to stay calm with it. I think we're spoiled. We got spoiled last year. We got record points. We stormed the league. We expected to win, not just fans, manager, players, everybody within the club. We came into this season, a lot of hype around us. The Amazon documentary was another hype in the start of the season for Birmingham City. People started to look out of who they were and, oh man, they've just broke records. And so we were always going to have a little bit more pressure on us from the start. For me, I still realistically think a top 10 finish this year would be a success for the first year back of getting those players built. And then obviously year 2, hopefully then we can make a push to where we want to go. I think for me, the concerning bits were, two of our, and you guys have mentioned it, the two of our strongest players from last year, Cochrane and Awatu are probably two of the weaker players in the games that have gone so far. And listen, excuse for Cochrane a little bit, he's just come back from an injury. He's going to get back up to the pace of the league. I do feel like overall he is a little bit slow for the speed of some of these wingers that we do have. But if you look at it, the Stoke winger was fantastic. And then, even when Laird played left back, and I know that Laird's not a left back, but even when he played left back against Leicester, no one's stopping the Leicester winger in this division apart from anyone. I think he was, he ripped, he's going to rip a lot of people apart. And we've got to understand that we've gone away to Leicester and away to Stoke. So, we have lost the games and it has been disappointing, but there is Swansea coming up. We've got a good home record. Hopefully we can bounce back quickly. On the Damari one, obviously I know Damari pretty well from his youth days as well. For me, I think he's playing out of position right now. I feel like he's better at going at a defender, racing down to the byline, and I think you then see a lot more crosses from the right because he does take that defender, and you've seen it against Blackburn. Confidence to beat that defender in the last minute, crossed it over, Dyke scored. I think he's got that little bit more confidence when he's going down the right side because he is very right-footed and right-orientated in what he does. I think on the left, what happens is he tries to bring the ball inside to his right every time. And if you've got a good left back and a good right back for them and a good right centre back, it becomes a 2v1 overload every time he gets the ball. And then it becomes a little bit of a struggle for him to really get the cross in or do what he needs to do. So, that for me, we miss Anderson. If Anderson was back, I'd certainly start Anderson on the left, Gray on the right. Kyogo has to start for. I'm true agreement with Claire with Kyogo and Stansfield. I think Alan said it perfectly. Stoke stand and watch us, and the reason they stand and watch us is because we don't have any movement off the ball to take their defenders out of where they need to be. The biggest thing. Stansfield's movement, Kyogo's movement will just start to upset the defence a little bit and force them to come out and play, and then we can go and play behind the gaps. So, a team's happy for us to keep the ball on the halfway line and play sideways. Nothing happens. When they're going to start to panic is when we start breaking the lines in the attacking third of the field. And the only way we're going to do that is by using the movement and pulling those players out, and creating the space in behind. So, yeah, Davis is still learning in this league. Players are still learning. I'm still optimistic that we are still strong enough to stay in the division. I think we just got to be realistic as Birmingham fans and say, listen, we have been spoiled. We do expect to win every single game we go into now, and it's not going to be the case here. Stoke are second in the league. Leicester are very, very good at home. It's now our turn to use our home form on Saturday against Swansea, get a win, and then hopefully stop that little bit of a rut we've been in and move on from there. And then we've got a massive game at Coventry away, which is another test for us.
Yeah, you got me thinking there, Mark. We've got a right winger with a left foot and a left winger with a right foot. But when you think of the best teams in the world, they have as well, aren't they? Like Saka, obviously, and Salah are the two best right wingers in our league, in the Premier League. Or say in our league, in our Premier League, and on the left, you probably, in the world, you'd look at probably the likes of Vinicius Junior, wouldn't you, and people like that who cut in on their right. So it has changed a lot, and since you look at the likes of Gareth Bale or even the Blues, Stan Lazaridis on the one wing, and Jermaine Pennant maybe on the other, or Seb Larson, going back years. I know they didn't play together, but I'm just saying in general, Paul Devlin on the right, you got a right winger and a left winger with a right foot and a left foot, and now it's the opposite way around, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And listen, Damari does it. I've seen Damari do it before. He can do a great job of cutting in and getting shots. I think we talked about that a couple of weeks ago, but difficult thing is it's not working. And for me, if you watch the Championship to the Premier League, a big difference is the space on the field. The space on the pitch is massively different. I don't know if it's because the Championship's a bit more hustle and bustle with the players that are playing, and they're straight into the ball and they want to give you a kick. The people like Saka, they're full of speed and confidence, but I think they get a lot more space to be able to patrol in those areas as well. So, as I say, it's not a wrong thing. I think Damari can do it. I just think that it's not working right now, and if we can prove that he can play on the right and he gets down, Laird and Damari can both put a really good cross in. They can both get right down to the byline. And for us, for the strikers we don't have massive amounts of height. So the ball doesn't always have to go in the air either. It's that pull back into the box. We just talked about it. Duck scores a lot of his goal from the edge of the area. Stansfield's a bit of a fox in there. Kyogo, again, is going to be that as well. So it's those cutbacks that are the biggest things for us, I believe. But again, it's speculation again, isn't it? We sit here and pick the team and tell Davies what he needs to do. But I think it's... I would like to see Damari on the right. I'd like to see Awata rested and maybe put Doyle there in the 6, or even what you said, Paul, play Paik as a 6 and then put Doyle up with Stansfield as like an 8 and a 10, and just change it a little bit and see what happens. And then even, depending on how that goes, even the fact now you've got the Robinson guy that just came in and Cashin, it might be a 3 centre-back formation at some point in some of the games, where then you can get Laird and whoever's going to be on the left forward a little bit higher as well, and go from there. So,
would you not? I mean, if you ask me, I would say that Damari Gray needs to be the number 10. We got plenty of people we got plenty of wingers of various types that could do different things, but Damari is the best player, and I just picture him as a number 10. Spraying the ball out to these wingers, slipping the balls through to the strikers, and having some decent shots from outside the box. It's just a thought. I don't know what you think about that, but we like we've said, we need to get the ball to the best players, and it's harder to get the ball to the best players if they're on the wing. Than it is to get the ball to them in the middle of the pitch.
Yeah. We're quite a small team as well, aren't we, looking past Clara?
We are.
We're quite a small team. We need a bit more physical presence in there, I think.
I was going to say, sorry, Paul, I was going to say a question for us and for all our viewers. Coming to Awata on Saturday, would we drop him? Do you think it's time for him to be rested?
If we're playing this same system, possibly not, Mark. No, I don't think we've got anybody else as good as him in that. When you're looking at, maybe to give him a rest, maybe, and give Leonard a chance, possibly. But I don't think Doyle's a 6 either. He's not. No. He's an 8.
Yeah.
He's better in the 8, and we don't play with 8s.
We don't give him the ball off the keeper like we used to. He used to come. He has the 2 wingers wide, and the goalkeeper would give the ball to Iwata facing his own goal. He would turn on it, and then he would give the ones that give in the balls to the wing, to the wide men, who were, because they did it that way, they received the ball another 20 yards further up the pitch. So they was crossing the halfway line by the time he gave it to them. Whereas if they get the ball first, they're on the edge of their own box, and they've got to make progress up the pitch.
I think the problem is, and I agree with, I think it was Andy Bonner said, it's not about losing, it's the performance behind it, I think.
Yeah.
And I think there is a performance there. It's not like we can't see them trying. It's not like, we're being battered, because I don't think we have been.
No,
it's just a shame that we played Ipswich and we had them interlinking. You had Damari Gray coming inside, and it was a joy to watch. the Port Vale game seems to be the game where, I don't know, it's just all of a sudden we lost, thinking we would win, and then it's kind of gone from there. But we played Leicester, who have come down. Sheffield United are up there. We played Ipswich, who come down. We played Stoke, who, you know, a cold, wet and windy down Stoke isn't for, you know, it's not the best place to go. So we've got a couple of home games which we can get a result from. Swansea, Sheffield Wednesday. I think Coventry's going to be hard, but I think we want to be up out of our seats. We want to be excited. We want to be trying to score a goal. And I think that's where maybe the negativity's coming in. I don't think it's not a want of trying. I don't think it's not a want of not knowing what they're doing. But I think, you know, like Saturday, it was just like, please just have a shot on target. Like, just shoot. Get that half a yard and hit it. Because as Craig said, it can literally go off anything. It could be an own goal. It can be anything. Just make us want to, you know, cheer.
Yeah.
Well, I think that could be worse.
You know what I did? You know what?
Sheffield United fans.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
I did enjoy about Saturday. You guys, obviously, some of you guys would have been at the game and didn't see it, but Noel Blake on Blues TV, I thought was
brilliant,
great, because I think he spoke as a coach and not, you know, not as a fan of the club, even though he is a fan of the club. I mean, he was smart in what he talked about, and he wasn't afraid to say things that were negative as well as positive, which I think is great. I think from a point of view, he's seeing the game as he's coaching it. And so it was a real good one. Not saying that the others are bad, but I mean, he was a really good one to have. It was a bit of a healthy listen to what was a real disappointing game.
He actually called where the goal was going to come from.
He did.
Like 10 minutes before they had the opportunity, because he could see that they were firing the ball to the back post and that we were always putting the little man against the big man. And he said himself, as a defender, you just want to be in there. You want to just make sure that it's I'm going to get my foot in before you, or if I can't get to the ball, you're still going to know that I'm about type of scenario, which we didn't do, and it gave away to an absolute whimper. But also, you know, just the way he was saying about the players and the setup and the way that we broke away, and even the ball through the midfield. He was so on it that I really hope the club listen back to what he said, because, you know, you could easily take away and see why he was involved in the England setup. You can see why his coaching knowledge and his ability to call the different things well ahead of it is still there. And, you know, could do nothing worse than actually give him a go at listening and just listen back to the commentary of the game with the players, because for me, he called out exactly as it was. He didn't need to say anything else. He just said it, what was in front. The fact that he could read it, that again shows you how slow and how predictive we've actually become. So yeah, kind of couldn't agree more, Mark. I think he was absolutely superb.
Can I just ask though? So, you know, we're all talking about we don't have a plan B. What would everyone's plan B be? So how would you change it? So say if you Davis, how would you, if you were there on Saturday, what would you have done?
I think if we don't go right, we could have the personnel there to play 4-4-2. Even I know it's out of fashion now, but you know, who cares? At the end of the day, we had a good season not so long ago under Gary Monk with 4-4-2. Let's give it a go. You know, you could play two up top.
Play duck with Stano.
Play duck with Stano or Kyogo, and then you've got possibly Roberts down the right and Gray down the left. Me personally, I'll go with probably Paik and Doyle in that system, or maybe Iwata and Doyle, or Iwata and Paik, one or the other, and then the same back four. You know, give that a go, and then at least you know, the problem is with the left foot on the right and the right foot on the left. You're not going to get so many crosses from the byline, but they can still cut back in and cross it. So yeah, why not give that a go?
Yeah, give Duck. You know, I'm sure Duck would fit the bill. Sorry.
He's been dying. He's been waiting.
Waiting for it for 3 weeks
to say that.
But it was such a disappointing goal to concede, wasn't it? I mean, after Allsop had made such a brilliant save down to his right.
Yeah.
That was a stunning save, that was, yeah.
Let that in after was disappointing, to say the least, wasn't it? But
yeah,
it is what it is. We move on to Swansea next and see what's different then. And I think the other disappointing thing was that we'd had 2 weeks on the training ground with the international break, and we didn't really see much difference from Leicester, did we?
No,
half the players weren't there.
I was going to say the players. We lost. I think was it 11 first teamers across the squad that were out on duty.
I think it was 9.
And that to me doesn't help. And
no.
Today's announcement that FIFA want to change
the 3 weeks
international break. I'm sorry, but that's absolutely ridiculous. We've got a World Cup next summer, and then they want to come out of it, play a few games, and then take almost 4 weeks away to play international games. It's crying out for injuries just to go, oh yeah, it's all right, we're not going to play a game, we'll get a few injuries, and then the teams are knackered.
Just extend pre-season and do it then, I say.
Yeah.
And don't start. There's no point starting the season to stop it so soon after it starts.
You just start gelling. You start gelling. You start getting all your players together.
and then they've got.
And then they go, okay, then we're half. And then so you have a pre-season. You start, and then you don't train for 3 weeks because they'll give them the time off, and then it's just good. Yeah, I don't agree. Totally don't agree.
Like starting a relationship, isn't it? And then disappearing and not seeing each other.
Going on holiday for 3 weeks and coming back.
Road's done that before.
That's all sent to Coventry.
we got any good questions coming in, Chris?
Okay, let's go over to YouTube.
Over to the go boxes on YouTube. Good evening to everyone on YouTube and X as well, by the way, as well as Facebook.
I think one of us have mentioned this. Plan B: bring the duck on and get your wingers down that wing and cross it. Midfield following in.
Yeah,
he needs to stay in the box, so
that'd be a 4-4-2. Yeah, let's train him to play like that.
Yeah, he needs to be within the 18-yard box and stay there instead of going wide. But yeah, agree.
Yeah, Fraser Higgins has said we sometimes need to be nastier, and I couldn't agree more. He said the tackle that Pearson put on Iwata, he knew what he was doing. So, we don't actually seem to have at the moment somebody that will put their foot in.
We need an enforcer.
Yeah, we need somebody that's just going to, boom, I'm here, you're not getting past me type of scenario.
Yeah.
Which we all know the league might just do, the refs might go, oh, no, you can't do that, yellow out nice and early. But, sometimes there's absolutely no harm in it. It sets the stall out about what you mean as a player and what you want to do. And I'm not condoning going out and injuring players and everything else, but there's no harm in going in hard and fair.
I'm just thinking that Kifton Belt tackle against them lot.
Yeah.
Something like
that.
Yeah.
And that gets the fans going. On Saturday, that's almost what we need in the first couple of minutes.
Yeah, just set the tone.
Get in there, get a wicked tackle in, see a player going up in the air, because what's going to happen? Every fan's going to be on their feet, applauding it and getting behind what it's done. And we do need that controlled aggression back into the squad a little bit, maybe.
I think we're on the perfect subject here for me to talk about who I had the pleasure of meeting on Friday night, and that's Martin Granger, one of the best that we've ever had at this. And he actually said as part of the Q&A that he's bored after 20 minutes watching football today. The ball, his son was there, Charlie, who's a goalkeeper, and he just said, Charlie, there's a reason why you're in goal. You know what I mean? He said, and you've got the ball more than the attacking players in your team, and you shouldn't have. The goalkeeper shouldn't be touching the ball more than the wingers and the strikers, but in today's game, they do, don't they?
Yeah.
Especially in our team, they do. Allsop touches the ball, doesn't he? More than on Saturday. Allsop had more of the ball than Roberts, Gray, and Stansfield probably put together.
That was the other thing about Saturday, though, was the pace that they had on the wings and up front didn't give Allsop the time to pick out the ball like he normally does. But at that particular point, you had two players coming in on him. So then, in theory, we had two wider players free, and we still couldn't get the ball to them. And I think it's because we're that used to playing a long ball from the back to work their way out and having that pinpoint pass, they again sometimes just go to the basics, knock it out wide. That player's been taken out of the game. Right now, we've got some space to run into. We did see a little bit of that in the second half, but it was only a little bit, and it wasn't enough.
No, yeah. Also, shout out to Martin Granger's book as well. He's bought his book out on Friday. It's called Cut Short, and it's £20 to buy. So I think it's on Amazon. I'm not sure, but I think you can buy it as well from like different websites. So if you just put into Google Martin Granger Cut Short, then you should be able to find the book from there.
Paul, we will have a competition soon to win a book as well. So.
Okay, that's good.
On, Chrissy.
I need to
enter that, and Rob, you can't have it as memorabilia.
And by the way, Rob doesn't know that yet.
So, Rob, if you're listening, signed copy as well, please.
He's a nice guy for one of them up the road, Rob, isn't he? He's I had a pleasure of meeting him as well. But yeah, moving on. So yeah, I mean, sorry, any other comments, Chris? Chat boxes?
Just following on from that, I honestly believe that the early balls in coached out of them. I don't know. Surely balls in behind are bread and butter for footballers. Yeah, that's what.
Yeah.
Well, we said on our chat as well, isn't it human instinct to just have a shot when you're near the penalty box?
Yeah.
It's just...
It is, yeah. I know what you mean, yeah. You see the goal.
You know what I mean? Like, you're chasing the game, just have a shot. It's first thought in your head, isn't it?
I remember Leonard doing that. It nearly finished up hitting the roof of our coach.
Finished in my garden here in Texas, I think.
Paul Sterndale said the players also need to be more vocal to get each other going. And that, you don't see that at all. There's no sort of go up to somebody, give them a roasting, give them a rollicking. There's absolutely no harm. But that's where I'd like to see the captain a little bit more.
Yeah.
I think, again, another comment, the midfield enforcer, are we missing Bielik from Chris Rowe? And actually, you've got to think to yourself that he did give us that something different, but also he was that type of captain that got in the face of his own players and told them when they had made the mistake what they had to do to rectify it.
And he had championship experience as well.
Yeah.
Because how many of this team have played in the championship before?
Not many.
It's a lot different. It's a brand new league. It's more physical than I think League One as such.
Yeah, 100%.
You haven't got 10 men behind the ball. You've got to work it quickly. So
that's where I think Bielik, like you say, Gardner Hickman and Davis are three that have gone, and I understand they've gone because they're not getting first team football, but they are those three that have got that experience to bring in and help those other ones out.
But they've all got that physical presence as well, haven't they? They're all pretty big guys, Players that we brought in. I mean, you look at Cashin as opposed to, Ben Davies. There's a big difference, isn't there, in presence between the two?
I thought Davis was excellent last year. To be honest, I think he would have been my first signing. I'd have gone for him. I know he was bringing in centre backs as well, and he already had the pre-agreement and whatever else. But for me, Davis would have been the one I was going for. And then by the time he'd got cashing in, you were offering Davis, fourth spot on the squad, and he's not wanting that. He wants to go and play. But yeah, he was a big one for me. I thought he was excellent last year. Him and Clare, I thought were really good centre backs.
And to be honest, sorry, Paul, I was going to say, I'm surprised he went to Oxford. I think he could do a bit better than Oxford. No disrespect to them, but
yeah.
He's at the end of his career, isn't he? He'll play every game, He's at the end of his career.
Yeah.
Gary Rowett being a good centre back himself, he's probably going to be able to help that out as well.
Hopefully Robinson, when we need him, can come in and do a job anyway, and he's just as good. He's certainly played at a high level in this league as well, hasn't he? So hopefully, if we do need him to, he can come in and do a job for us. I'm prepared to give it time, though. We've only played 5 games, haven't we? So let's see where we are in another 5 games. But what I will say is the next 5 games need to be a lot better than the last 5 games.
Well, can I say the only game that we've when we beat Blackburn, Rowe wasn't there. I think he's been at every other so far. So.
Are we starting to get
just
robot?
Just a conspiracy. It's just a conspiracy that I wanted to bring up. That was all.
It's true.
It's early in the season yet, like we just said.
He'll be telling us next that was when he had his haircut, and that's what's caused the problem. But I totally agree, Mark.
That's me that does that.
Get rid of him.
Was you at the Mark?
Hey,
you were at the Oxford game?
High Five Casino is the top social casino that's free to play. Sign up today to receive a free welcome bonus and exclusive first purchase offers. Choose the Lucky Deal package for $9.99 and claim up to 550 game coins, 33 sweeps coins, 1 sweep coin daily bonus for 4 days, and 350 diamonds. Your high five moment awaits at highfivecasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. Must be 21 years or older. Terms and conditions apply.
At Capella University, we believe accessible education can make a difference in people's lives. That's why we offer scholarship opportunities to all eligible students. Whether you're considering a bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree, our teams will walk you through the process and help you get the savings you're eligible for. Furthering your education is an investment in yourself. Entonces, ¿qué estás esperando? Un futuro diferente está más cerca de lo que crees con Capella University. Learn more at capella.edu.
the home game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. There's your comeback then.
Okay, we'll have that one.
Yeah, we won that one, exactly.
But we were poor. I mean, come on, we didn't exactly play the best football in the world, did we? I know we won, but
we had one shot on target in the whole game, and that was Payne's goal.
Let's just say away games then. Let's just ban him from buying away tickets.
Just ban him?
Let's just ban him.
No.
What's better?
Let him buy them and give them to me.
Anyway, Craig, talk to me about the 1875 club.
Yeah, so I had the privilege to attend the meeting, really, where it was to launch the 1875 club, which is a fantastic scheme being run by the club to help raise vitally needed funds, really, for the BCFC Foundation. So we were there for the evening. We had the privilege of hearing from Stephen Knight, his background, how a lot of the work that Stephen does, the links to Birmingham, but not a club, the city, and how things have worked from there, and actually how Peaky Blinders was pitched to one television channel, not picked up, and the best thing ever was going to the BBC when things were better and he could actually film it in the way he wanted. There was also how he was saying, you know, as a city, we are a very hard-working city that has brought a lot to the world, you know, manufacturing, the industries, the cars, the different setups, all those different things have come from Birmingham.
Cadbury's.
Yeah, Cadbury's, you know, and all what he was saying was the actual way the club are going now is the way that we want it to. It is building, but it is building on the foundations of what we already have as a fantastic city. And most importantly, the football club is building on the foundations of what it has in a fantastic fan base. We also heard from Chris Davies, and my God, he didn't hold back. He told everybody as it was when he first came into the club. He told us around the things that he'd stopped, you know, and some things that people wouldn't think, why would he do that? So the classic one that stands out, he removed tomato ketchup from the room, from what, you know, when people had their food, because he said he walked in there the first time and it was all on the tables. It was in front of people. He's like, actually, the word outside is epic. An elite performance. And there's nothing elite about what he walked into and then how he changed things. What was really good, though, was hearing his fallback after Wembley.
Right, there's nothing wrong with the ketchup, mate.
Ketchup's all right, but not in an elite world. Yes. What he said was after back of Wembley, though, which was really, really good, was he was disappointed. The players were really disappointed. They didn't turn up on the day, as we all saw. But after a couple of days and getting them back into the training ground, he then set out a new stall, which was target 107. And that was what they were going after in the league. It was target 107. They got to that magical point, and he said the one part he'll never, ever forget. And every time he sees it on the TV or sees the ground at the moment, it still brings his, hairs standing on end. And that's Peterborough. 25 minutes, as he put it, of celebrating with the fans is something he will never, ever, ever forget. But what he then did was he said to people, yeah, we've been promoted. They got on the coach to Wembley. They knew that they were champions. That's what he thinks took the edge off the players.
Yeah.
So after that, when he then set those new targets, he made shooters up on the board. He was in front of people. This is what we're going for. They got that. And then it got to the 108, going into that last game of the season. Changing room was like, hey, how can we top this off? And basically, he changed the target 107 to target 111 because he said it just wanted to look and round off beautifully. And that was his team talk. He stands for nothing. You can tell that he is the type of person that if somebody will not perform, he will not keep them. But also about the 1875. What's it about? It's about raising £1,875. 875 that goes towards the club for various benefits and things that they will be providing, and £1,000 which is donated towards the BCFC Foundation. That, with the hope of people also paying gift aid, if they reach those magical numbers, it's over £2 million that would be there to support the work that has been phenomenal so far. We got to hear about some of the things that the foundation have done and the difference that they've made. For example, in Browne School, they were Ofsted inspected and were really, really low, one of the lowest schools in the area. Then when they reached their second Ofsted inspection after the club had been involved and the coaches had been there supporting the kids, being involved with the sports activities, etc., that took place there as well, they then went to being the second most improved school in the Midlands, and well up into that in terms of across the country as well, in terms of improvements. So the work that's done by the foundation is just second to none, and they are aiming to branch that out. They want to get involved in more schools. They have some really, really high aspirations, and to do that, they've got to raise the funds. So 1875 helps towards that. Now, we'll post some details and some information from the brochure that we brought away that just helps to highlight the areas they want to target and why. And actually, we talk about being in the doldrums here about the football, but when you hear some of the stories of the people that have been affected, how things have turned around, and how one parent went up, spoke to one of the coaches and basically said, do you realise what you've done? Not just for me, but for other families in here. And then also to have those types of messages given direct to Jeremy Dale shows you how powerful it can be. Finally, the BCFC Foundation are totally separate. They are not part of the club. Totally separate. They're a completely different entity. So they do rely on the support and the donations, etc., that people can put forward. They run various events. They're doing the climb up Snowdon, that you get to the top of it just as the sun's rising. They're doing that in the next couple of weeks. You can support by making donations towards the team and that are actually participating in that. And the BCFC Foundation has their own social media pages, internet pages. Have a look at some of the things that everybody, and I mean everybody, can get involved in. So it's a really, really good scheme. We want it to take off. And yeah, I'll post some more details. If you're interested and want to know any further information, just reach out and I can cover off all the different areas that were covered on the night. But a great event. Well done to Sally and Ash that were all involved on the night. To hear from Jedi, who is the coach that's been involved massively with Browne, And there's some other activities that are being undertaken at the moment that will work with them. But support where you can, because it's a brilliant cause.
Yeah, cheers for that, Craig. So yeah, well, obviously you'll share that information, and anyone interested in joining the 1875 club, then obviously have a look at Craig's post when he puts it up on the page a bit later on. And Claire, a draw yesterday for Blues Women at Sunderland, 1-1.
Yeah, I've got to admit, I went to the Bristol game and I thought it was great. I thought the football was great. I thought the atmosphere was good as well. They had the trophy that the Lionesses won when we went to the Bristol game. And I thought the football we played, I mean, I went to the last game against London City and the football was totally different. It was far better. I thought that we played really, really well, especially some of the new players, really good additions to the squad. Watched it on YouTube, know a few people that went up to Sunderland, so fair play to those that made that long journey in the wet and windy conditions. But I thought we played really well. We had one off the bar, but we just didn't take our chances and make them count. And unfortunately, they got the goal. And then obviously we made it 1-1. I think it was Sari, was it, Craig?
Sari,
yeah.
Great
goal. Again, cutting
Fantastic.
in and having a go. But I listened to Amy Merrick's and her interview after the game, and I totally agreed with her. I thought we could have won it, and I'm not surprised they're frustrated. But we're back at home against Newcastle this weekend, so hopefully, again, we can get another good result. I think home form will be massive as well.
Indeed.
But I think they're bringing a few. They normally do turn out well, don't they, Newcastle? So it was good to see them. I really enjoyed it. I went with my mum, and we both said afterwards we'd go to more games because it was actually entertaining to watch. We actually saw 5 goals and had some shots on target. So there we go, international break. It was a perfect time to go.
Yeah, and they give Bristol City a pretty good beat. So
I think, to go back on that as well, the Bristol City game, we conceded a daft goal, but the one thing was that she learned by it and made some fantastic saves afterwards, and very much at times stopped us conceding more. Up at Sunderland, some of the attacking football was absolutely superb, and just missing that little bit of a touch. But we've got G now who's joined us. She's finally got over after the window closed, and her background and Jesus, her experience is absolutely phenomenal with the trophies won at Chelsea, and now bringing that experience into a Birmingham side that's still relatively young. Sunday, as Claire's mentioned, Newcastle. I mean, last year easily and by far the team that brought the most amount of away fans. In fact, they had a coach and a bit of just people travelling with them there, and then there was others that joined as they came along. They are going to be there in force on Sunday. They do make a row and they do back their women. So the ask is, come down, give it a go. Claire's mentioned there she's come along with a mum, and hopefully will come along. And we've heard again from other people exactly the same thing, how much they enjoyed it. Sunday is a massive game, and I know we've got the men's game beforehand on the Saturday, but if you can get down there, please do. Tickets are on sale at the normal ticket office site. Go on, get yourself registered, and if you're down there, come and say hello to Stacey and the rest of us that are involved with the women's OSC. Few little goodies that are given out to the kids to get them more involved and make them feel that little bit special on the day, and come and enjoy yourself and come and see what I think is going to be a great game of football. And Newcastle are struggling at the moment, so hopefully we can continue that run of form that we've got at home and get another 3 points to take us back up that league. And let's not forget, 2 definite promotion spots this year. Could be a third, dependent on the playoff position. So back them, because hopefully we're talking Women's Super League next season and seeing the likes of the Chelseas, the Man U's, the Arsenals, the opportunities to visit their stadiums as well, because they're all playing there. And we're not talking at that point a few hundred people, but a few thousand going down. So come down, come and say hi, and come and enjoy the day. Tickets again for sale on the website.
Comment here, Darren Richardson. Good comment from Darren Richardson. Alex Cochrane is doing an excellent job. He just needs Keshi in front of him. He's a creative player and has the physical presence. Move Gray inside so he can shoot and use his skill to get through defence or defences. I think that's a pretty good point, to be honest. He was better when he had Keshi in front of him, wasn't he? Sorry, Mark, you go.
No, I was going to say, Craig, how did the programme selling go?
Oh, mate, I tell you what, in all seriousness, right, it was great because it got you more involved and got people to actually have a chat. So myself and Stacey were actually helping the club out by selling programs inside the stadium on the match day, and it gets the conversation flowing, and there's a lot of stuff that also the BCFC Foundation get involved in. So posters for all the kids to take away and sign was the main one, or player bingo as they were calling it at the first game. There'll be stuff there on Sunday as well. But no, it was good. It was good. Enjoyed it, and no doubt we'll be doing the same again on Sunday.
Good stuff. Right, we move on to the fun bits.
Can I just before you go on? I watched the women's game yesterday, and Claire, you forgot to point out that Sunderland scored with their first attack after 65 minutes, and the goal, the equaliser, came in 2 minutes later. But I just wanted to mention that the Korean girl, her name's So Young, who I found out we've signed from America. She was something else, absolutely brilliant, and really ran the show for the last. Oh no, she's on for the second half, I suppose. But certainly for the last half hour, she just ran them ragged, and we created chance after chance, but just couldn't finish. And then the ironic one when they got the ball, they actually got a proper shot in, and it hit the crossbar and came out. But I'm looking forward to seeing her again on Sunday.
Well, she hasn't won any titles with Chelsea for no reason.
Oh yeah, well,
do you mean? She's a good player.
When she came on, I just we signed another Korean. Didn't know anything about her, but as soon as the game had finished, I was on the internet and looking her up, and got all the details. I thought, well, we've signed something very special here, and it's great to see, because it like you need players that are cut above to get promoted out of any division, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Right, Chris, over to you, mate. So you got you got a Who for us and the Barnets, and I've also got a couple of. Do we all our sort of diehard watchers will remember a game that I invented? I think it was in the summer special, and we called it a sister act. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah,
vaguely.
Yeah,
so I've got a couple of them to throw out there as well. Right. Over to you first, Chris.
Okay, so we'll go with the Who first. I think again this is quite hard.
Is this a former guest?
No, not a former guest. They're too easy, though. I'm not giving you any more easy ones.
Former player, yeah?
Former
footballer.
Yes, former footballer, yeah. He didn't make the tee. He didn't run the line. No, he's a former footballer.
He didn't sell programs?
No. Get your program. Did you have to shout that, Craig?
I didn't have to say get rid of programs. I was just like, well, you know what I mean? I just threatened them if they didn't buy one.
Here we go, then. I was just about to say the name of the bloke. Here we go.
Who was it again, Chris?
Be relaxed about it. You've got to enjoy it. You've got to roll your sleeves up. Of course it does, because supporters want 3 points and they want to win, and they don't want to see their team third from bottom. And I understand that. It's not a position I find very happy with. And
I know that voice. That voice.
Oh, the fact it says third from bottom, that could be absolutely anybody then.
Could be about Blues. It could not be about Blues.
It's not a manager, it's definitely a player.
Definitely played for Blues, yeah.
Do you know what time period?
90 minutes, 45 minutes each way.
10 to 6.
I think early 2000s. Yeah.
He's never been on the show.
Never been on the show, no. Might be a good guess, actually. Got everybody stumped yet again for the.
I'm going to go for David Holdsworth.
Every day there's a new challenge to face. So meet Trimble, the technology company that connects your physical and digital worlds, allowing you to make decisions and take intelligent action to get the hard work done. And the best part, you can do it all faster than you've ever thought possible. Check them out at Trimble.com. You ready to turn data points into decision points or turn deadlines into finish lines? How about turning possibilities into profits? Then turn to Trimble.
You've earned your place. Now let the perks prove it. At High Five Casino, the Prestige Loyalty Program delivers real rewards tailored to how you play. Reach icon status and unlock 2 extra sweeps coins and 180 more game coins every day just for logging in. And with every tier upgrade, you can score up to a 50 sweeps coin level up bonus, plus personalized daily harvests that grow as you climb. Log in now and check your Prestige tier. Your next High Five moment is waiting. HighFiveCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. Must be 21 years or older. Terms and conditions apply.
What's everybody else going for?
Oh, Reg, you got it.
I got it.
You have, yeah.
That's brilliant.
That was a hard one, I thought. Did anybody else think that one?
Oh, it was tough.
Yeah, I was just thinking.
I wouldn't have got it.
No.
Are you using that little Google thing where you circle?
Mate, honestly, I can't do that with a voice.
Oh, yeah.
You can't Shazam footballers, can you?
No, that was brilliant. Well done. I'm impressed.
Yeah.
Sorry, I've spoiled it for everybody now. I do apologise.
Yeah.
That one hurt. Moving on.
Can I just mention another thing about the women's game yesterday? There is a new channel that shows the Women's League Two, and I think they employ YTS commentators because our new centre forward, if I'm correct, is named Louis.
Yeah.
Yeah,
correct.
Haitian. And the commentator said, Louis, he's a good player.
Fair enough.
Right, so in 2009, Blues got promoted automatically at Reading, didn't we? We won the game. Was it 2-1, I think?
2-1, yes.
Yeah.
And the second goal was scored by Kevin Phillips, wasn't it? It was a lovely dink into the sort of corner around the keeper. But I want to know who got the assist, who played the through ball to him.
Yes, I do know. The Irishman,
Fahy.
Fahy.
It was Keith Fahy, yeah.
Yeah. And he scored the other goal.
Going to give the viewers a chance to have a go on this one.
Oh, sorry.
Just to let you know, if anyone wants to watch Sky Sports right now, Damari Gray is talking about the Blues on there.
No.
Just, you know.
I'd rather watch us.
It's not better than watching this show.
No, sorry.
Yeah, see, you're just turning off our show, Claire.
It was just on the screen, and I thought people might want to do multitask.
We've gone from 30,000 views now down to 12.
Only women can do that. Multitask.
Okay. Brian Hughes scored a wonder goal in 2001 against Watford at St Andrews.
Yes.
When he dinked it over the defender, and then he dinked it again, and then he slotted it past the keeper. Absolute world-class goal. But I want to know who put the ball into him.
Should we let the viewers do this one?
Yeah. Do we know? Just say yes if you know.
No.
Rogue got excited there. I actually thought he knew who it was.
I'm trying to think if not scored.
I've got an idea.
Jeff Horsfield, says Andy Boner.
No.
That's not.
I thought he was going to say Jeff Horsfield was having a go then. I thought he was waiting for Jeff Horsfield's guess.
I can remember the pass. I can't picture the bloke who did it.
Was it Granger?
No.
It was David Ellery making amends for the cup final.
Let's let one of our viewers get this. Just someone shout if you're right.
Ray Higgins has said, is it Granger?
No.
He's also said, is it Fahy again?
No. That was before his time.
Dan Lazaridis.
No.
Not bent now.
Oh, I know who it was, I think.
We're going to let him go. I think people have given.
Second letter of his surname.
I think I remember now. E.
That's the first letter of his surname.
Sorry, yeah, A.
Okay, yeah.
Nicky Eden.
You might as well say it now.
Nicky Eden.
Nicky Eden.
Yeah. Yeah, Nicky Eden played it into him. So yeah.
Okay.
And that was a sister act, so moving on.
Good game, that.
Predictions in hadn't we, Paul?
Yeah, so predictions for Saturday. I'll start us off. So I think we will bounce back on Saturday, and I think we will win 2-1. Mark Meredith.
I'm going to take a 1-0.
Brett?
I would take a one. I'll take a shot on target. 1-0, 2-1. Just a win, Blues, please. Just score. It'll be great.
Craig?
I'm going to take a 1-0, and it's going to be late in the game. I'd say after the 80th minute.
Wow. Okay. Proper limbs then.
Drama.
Indeed. We need it. We need it.
Alan?
1-1.
Ooh.
Road?
I got a funny feeling it's going to be 0-0. I don't know why.
Oh, Robe, how to make it depressing?
Yeah, I was going to say, we're all joking.
The tone at the old show.
No, I'm only
Could be
joking.
We're
0-0.
telling them what to do. We're going to up the tempo. We're going to pass it quicker. We're going to score some goals.
I think we're going to improve, and it'll be 0-0 if you let me finish. It'll be 0-0 3 hour, and then
It'll be 0-0 at kick-off, mate.
No, I just got a funny feeling Swansea are no mugs, and I think they're not a bad side. So I think
You're right. They're a football team. You know, mugs are what Meredith's been drinking out of.
Yeah.
You like my new mug?
I think it'll be an entertaining 0-0. I think it'll be a much better game than Saturday. I think it'll be an entertaining 0-0.
Chris?
Yeah. I hate to agree with Rob, but he's right. I think it will be. It'll be a 0-0.
Hey guys, it starts at 6:30 a.m. here. Don't be telling me it's going to be a 0-0 ball draw.
It's going to be a 0-0 ball draw.
No, it's going to be
remember it's 12:30, guys.
Yeah. It's good.
Camera on the telly.
Exactly. And Saturday, yeah, 12:30.
Saturday, 12:30 on Sky.
12 Saturday and next Saturday.
Oh my God. Do you know what?
12:30 kickoff.
12:30 at Swansea, yeah, and then 12:30 at Coventry as well.
2 12s.
Alan, you're not going. You can't get there.
Well, I can, but I don't see why I should get out of bed at 6 o'clock. Which is before you.
Come on the Friday and stop over.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
At Craig's.
Yeah. I won't be here, but you can stop over. But on the boards, we're saying, so Fraser Higgins, here you go, Robe. This is how to be positive. Fraser Higgins said we're going to win 5-0.
Yeah.
Michael Evans has gone 2-0 Blues. Ray Cornish 3-1. Andy Barner says we're going to lose 1-0. He can't see us scoring and not conceding.
Blimey.
Well, that's my feeling, to be honest.
That's going to be a horrible weekend, isn't it? Because it's going to be a longer weekend, isn't it, if we lose?
Chris Rowe has said it's going to be 2-0. The supporters will get us through for the 3 points.
Good stuff. That's probably got me out of doing chores, actually, that 12:30 kickoff when I was.
Works out well, doesn't it?
Good job we told Paul. Paul had been coming up at 5.
I'd have been there. Who would be where everybody was?
Or you don't get any pocket money if you don't do your chores.
Yeah, I'm going to miss out on my pocket money, Chris.
Robe, don't forget we kick off at 3 o'clock on Saturday, mate. All right. Just thought I'd let you know 3 o'clock.
I'll be there. No, can't pull the wool over my eyes.
Yeah. We've run out of time for the Blue Room. We haven't forgotten about it, but I think it's probably best if we maybe do one a month or one every few weeks.
Yeah. If I get time, I'll knock one up.
Pete Taylor has said 3-0 Blues. Kyogo is going to get subbed before he gets his 4th.
You know what, though? One of these games, with the runs he makes, if we do actually give him some service, he will bag a few goals in one game, I think, and then he'll be off and away. But we've got to stick with him, though, to do that. I think it's not going to do his confidence any good dropping him. And I do think that the best we've seen going forward is him and Stansfield linking up so far. So hopefully that's on Saturday. That's what he starts with. Certainly Tommy Doyle in the 10. I'm not a fan of that at all. So yeah, is that about it now, Chris? Are we?
The credits are rolling.
Right. Okay. So we've been the Tilton Talk Show, sponsored by AMG Logistics. It's good night from me, and it's good night from Mr. Fixer Craig Courtney.
And it's a good night from me. Here's to a great game on Saturday. And please, if you can get there, get down to support the women on Sunday as well. See you there. And I'll hand over to our American friend, Mr. Meredith.
Thanks, Craig. It's a good night from me, and it's a good night from. I'm going to send it to the chairman.
Thank you. Good night, everybody. God bless you all. And I'll hand you over to the one, the only bloke.
Oh, cheers, Al. Good night from me. I'm going to talk fast because we're almost at the end of the credit, so have a good weekend, and I'll see you on Saturday.
Are you passing to, Duffy?
Who are you passing to, Mark? Come on,
I'll pass over to Claire.
Saving the best till last, apart from obviously Chris Browne. It's a good night for me. Have a good week. Can't wait for Saturday, and it's a good night from the one and only Chris Browne.
Ooh, a bit bigger, and it's good night from me. Good night.
Quite a reputable source, to be fair.
I think Kumas could possibly play there.
I don't think he was good enough. I could see Roberts playing there. If you had Anderson, you could have Roberts because he kind of got in there. But I think Stano was good in the 10. I think literally finished for Stano in the 10. He got into space and everything. Hi, Craig.
Oh, Craig.
How we
But
doing?
he's just so annoying.
Yeah, not bad. Just
We're just getting over Saturday, to be fair. And then the women couldn't shoot yesterday.
Yeah.
I gave up.
I was watching Liverpool and Burnley. I was
watching both.
I was watching both up as well.
The women were so unlucky, but couldn't put away their chances, could they? So
That was it, Paul.
Yeah. Oh, yes. That's all right.
okay, yeah.
So apparently he was looking for 10s.
He would have left it too late. I mean, even if Dele Alli came in and we give him a go, he can't do any worse, can he?
No.
So, yeah, 2 shots on target in 4 games is just, it's a disgrace, really, to be honest.
is it 4 games? I thought it was 4 shots on target in 2 games.
No, 2 shots on target in 4 games. It's like a boxer having a fight and throwing 2 punches. Like, imagine a boxer throwing 2 punches in 4 fights.
And I didn't think Tommy Doyle was...
No, he's not a 10 though, Claire, is he?
No, but like Willem's out for a while. Fujimoto wasn't even in the squad.
Yeah. I don't know. I just hope whatever it is, however we need to resolve it, I just hope he can do it soon because we're going to start sliding down otherwise and struggling.
Do we have to let Marky?
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
You've clicked on the button, haven't you already?
I didn't know it. I didn't know it.
Dear.
I didn't know.
The camera's working. That was even worse. He's even up close now. Look at him.
Right, Rob.
All right.
Hello, Paul. Hello, Claire. Hello, Craig. Hello, Chris.
Mark, you've got a bogey, mate. We can see it.
What? Have I?
Really, Bob. Right.
Did you go to Stoke Road?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a pint in the pub.
Hold on, Claire. Did you buy him a pint?
No.
No, it's all right then.
I
Cause,
saw him in the pub. We said hello. I went to go and see some friends. And then he was like, I'm going. I was like, oh.
Me and Jane were absolutely starving. So I thought I've got to eat something. So we went to that hot dog stand just in the back of the stand.
Yeah.
I was just ravenous. I just had to go and have something to eat, to be honest.
It took us nearly 2 hours to get there on the coach.
Yeah, you were on the coast, didn't you?
That's long, that is. Took us about an hour.
Yeah, 2 hours. M6 traffic.
Well, I had to go to Cannock first because, like, Jane lives in Cannock, so it's just easier for me to jump to Cannock and then drive from Cannock to Stoke. We just flew, up there.
I've got to admit, the Stoke serving was brilliant.
Good, yeah.
The Stoke people serving on the kiosks were outstanding. There was no queue even at half time.
No.
There was literally, I said to them, oh, can I have this? Like about 5 things. Bang. I said to them, I want to just put it out there. I think you were the quickest ones that you've ever served, ever. She went, really? I went, yeah. I said, literally, it was bang, 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 ready, done, here you go.
And they've also got a human being on the turnstiles as well, taking your tickets, which is so much better.
God.
Yeah, that was weird. I'm not going to lie. I'm ready to like pull it in, and then this bloke was there going, "Thanks." I was like, "Okay."
Yeah. Right, Al?
No.
Oh, you're right, Al.
Oh, you haven't got the lurgy, have you?
No, I'm just cold.
Yeah, you know.
I have. I've got.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I've just got one or two scarves that's, I've collected round.
Is that a half and half scarf?
I've got one now.
Oh,
I
no.
was going to say.
What teams?
Braga.
Oh, the Europa one. Oh, okay.
One of the worst things ever thought about in football there.
Oh, I have to agree.
They're a bit naff, aren't they? I bought it. I don't know why, and I've never worn it. What can you wear it for one game?
I just wouldn't buy one.
So true, that is.
The only one, the only stuff I'd ever buy, I'd have Birmingham City on it only, or England.
We're playing like England at the moment.
What do you think? They were bloody good last week against.
Well, yeah. Well, we started off like that, didn't we?
So we had more shots in that game, England, I think, than Blues have in the last 7.
Yeah. Oh, it's just boring Saturday, wasn't it? It's just not the old days.
It was awful, Mark. It was
so frustrating. I literally, I was angry after, and I was like, "It's back to Blues as old."
It's hard to. It's hard to like be too doom and gloom, obviously, with the way the club's going. But we just need to get it right on the pitch. We can't be losing like that. And the goal we could see was just so avoidable.
Oh yeah, it's so sloppy, wasn't it?
I can't believe that you had Clara and Newman marking space, and then you've got Stano against his 6'7" man mountain, who then scores a header. You've got no one on the post, so it loops over all. If you had someone on the post, I would have headed that way.
Yeah.
I think Cochrane is the prime example of the difference between League One and this division.
Yeah, I was going to say, Paul, we walked out afterwards and we was chatting to some Stoke fans walking back to the car, and they said, your left back's bloody awful. They said he's as slow as a snail. And I said like last season he was amazing in League One, but this season it's just, like you say, he's one of those big caught out, isn't he?
Asula took him out when played Newcastle. Asula just knocked it and ran.
I'm not writing him off altogether.
No.
I do like Cochrane. I thought he had a good game against Ipswich at home. But yeah, that was a prime example of the difference between League One and the Championship. But at the moment, Chris Davies is showing that as well with what he's doing with the team as well.
Yeah.
You know what, Mark?
Hey, how you guys?
Hi, Mark.
Yeah, Mark.
Oh, he's got his Brady mug.
Nice mug.
And my T-shirt.
I said all this online on Saturday night. I used the word like unacceptable. And I got pilloried by people. And I'm thinking, we got 7 points from 5 games. That's below halfway form. I know it's only 5 games, but
what are you eating now, Al? Is it ice cream again?
No, chocolate.
Oh.
You warmed up.
I'm warming now. I'm ready to go.
Expect a busy one.
These fantasy football's going well.
I highly recommend Coldplay live to anyone as well. It was phenomenal.
Who? Oh, I haven't done it.
What do you mean, who? You don't like Coldplay?
Never heard of them.
Bloody hell. You must live on the moon.
I got my Ed Sheeran tickets. I'm off to Carverow.
Well, man.
When's that?
5th of December.
5th of December. What day is that on?
Friday.
Don't tell him he'll turn up.
I've got Ed Sheeran on this Friday, Southampton away on the Saturday. So hopefully I'll be all right to drive.
Couldn't get Ed Sheeran tickets, but we're going to see Ed Sheeran by candlelight at St Paul's.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I've been one of them before. They're decent.
Yeah, is it good?
Yeah.
That, and I think it's that and Coldplay's music by candlelight or something. With a load of violins in it.
Yeah, I did ABBA, and it's like an orchestra. It is good.
Can't wait for that.
You must have heard of Coldplay, Al. Come on.
I have, but I wouldn't be able to tell you who they are, what they are, or what they've ever played.
You'd know the songs if you heard them. Yeah. You would have heard some of their songs.
Test me. Test report. Give us a tune.
Probably last albums I ever bought. Probably.
Paul, give us a song.
I'll tell you something. And Claire sent this message to tell me that Charles Kirk had been shot. Right.
Yeah, we're not bringing that up today, Alan.
No, that's why I'm saying it now. And I thought, who the bloody hell's that?
I'd never heard of him, I'm not going to lie.
Never heard of him. I thought it must be one of your,
Play for Brentford.
Stars. I genuinely thought that it must be one of your
pop stars.
I'd never heard of him.
No, I hadn't.
I'm going to keep out of it. I'm not going to.
No, I'm not going to bring that up.
No.
Nah.
I could, but I don't want to.
I'll mention Ricky Hatton, but I won't mention.
Oh God, yeah! What a gent! What a gent!
Yeah.
But no,
That's sad.
Coldplay are not number one on my playlist, but as a spectacle, as an extravaganza, the concert was unbelievable. Like all the wristbands and the glasses and everything, it was just unbelievable. When you've got 95,000 people wearing them and stuff, it's just really good.
And they're about to announce another 137 shows.
Yeah, well, we'll probably go again if we get invited.
They're getting residency, aren't they, at Wembley or something stupid like that?
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah.
Are they?
I just kept going on about Oasis. Trying to get in for Oasis on the 27th, but they're rammed for that. So he promised me, though, if they come back next year, I can go.
Okay, I'm being told we haven't started yet.
Being told off now. Here we go.
Here we go.
So Robe talked quicker and still messed it up at the end.
He always does. That's why I don't like being last. One job.
What? I'll get it right next week.
You said that last time.
Fraser Higgins has said that I need to take over from Robe on the panel. I think he means going into prison, so I haven't done anything wrong now.
I forgot you were on the show.
We try and forget he's on the show.
Yeah.
Man. I remember Arsenal next on Saturday.
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock for me. You ain't going to catch me out.
No one catches you out.
No.
The police did.
More than once.
And we're off.
Right, I need a wee.
Yeah.
Well,
So 133,000.
we made it over to the States, haven't we, I reckon?
Yeah. And we seem to be quite popular in the Philippines as well. And Warrington.
It says 7.1.
Sure, they're not holding on to Neil Everidge, are they, playing for us?
We need to get him on, don't we?
Where is he now?
He's in Thailand, isn't he?
Thailand.
He's in Thailand.
Is he?
He's playing for the champions in Thailand. He won the league with them last year.
Did it?
Well, we go to need the low. See you later.
Yes.
Brothers or something.
Bye from me.
Cheerio.
Okay, bye all. God bless you.
See you soon.
Hello.
Go on, Robe, you can go last because, we don't want to see you cry. Actually, yeah. See you all.
Oh, you're a guy.
Right, have a good week.
Love you.
High Five Casino is the top sweepstakes casino that's free to play. Sign up today to receive a free welcome bonus and exclusive first purchase offers. Choose the premium jackpot package for $29.99 and claim up to 700 game coins, 55 sweeps coins, 1 sweeps coin daily bonus for 5 days, and 400 diamonds. Your high five moment awaits at highfivecasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. Must be 21 years or older. Terms and conditions apply.
At Capella University, we believe accessible education can make a difference. That's why we offer scholarship opportunities to all eligible students. Un futuro diferente está más cerca de lo que crees con Capella University. Learn more at capella.edu.
With Robinhood, not only can you trade individual stocks and ETFs, you can also seamlessly buy and sell crypto at low costs. Trade all in one place. Get started now on Robinhood. Trading crypto involves significant risk. Crypto trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Crypto LLC. Robinhood Crypto is licensed to engage in virtual currency business activity by the New York State Department of Financial Services. Crypto held through Robinhood Crypto is not FDIC insured or SIPC protected. Investing involves risk, including loss of principal. Securities trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC, a registered broker-dealer.